Once again, Loosey Goosey chime time.
That was one of my better ones, as a matter of
That
fact.
was one of your better ones, actually. Welcome back, everybody. Big Daddy Russ Horton. I'm Leah Lakin, Leah Lywood with our Loosey Goosey About Town news program, talking about local news going on in the Halton Hills area and just generally informing people.
Not a lot of stuff going on this week.
Not this week, but it's like you said, small town living. It's nice to know that there's little things going on, nothing crazy. We've got some cool stories to talk about. Some stories we don't really want to talk about, but we got to bring in the news anyway. So, but we're brought to you by
Max Tires and 905-873-9255. They have the lowest prices on tires. They have licensed mechanics, and the main thing you have to do right now, even though it's 22 degrees and beautiful sunny weather, is look at the weather that's on the way. Snow is coming, and so are our strawberry mellows, as a matter of fact.
They just landed.
Tossed over by Leah onto the white carpet here at Halton Hills Online. So we've got snow coming. It's going to be flying. My big question is, and this is the big story for me, when the hell are they going to finish Hungry Hollow? When are they going to finish that?
Somebody was talking about that on one of the telecells the other day, and they just were like, be patient, wait.
Be patient for what? They came in here, they brought all the crew, they did one side beautifully, and now they've
and that still took a long time.
Yeah, that took 6 months. They were sitting there.
And you're getting extra time right now because this weather is absolutely unbelievable for this time of year.
Absolutely.
Maybe we're backed up. Are we backed up in construction or where they can't
Well,
get
look
to
at
it?
all the areas we got around here right now.
It's just disgusting now. With
why did you guys wait till this time of the year? You could have started this at the start of the year. But, again, being a small town, these guys got these contracts a year ago. So as long as they put some stuff on site and a couple of pylons out, they're getting their money from the town.
Yeah,
but you're not doing anything. So
it's going to be a new movie, The Manholes from Hell.
Yeah,
they're like this, and people with lower cars that sit at the front, and on some of them they're banging into these manholes.
Ball joints going, tie rod ends.
People are going around
struts. No, very bad. But if you're gonna come to Max Tires, please give them a call way ahead of time. Make an appointment. It's a busy time of the year to do changeovers, and plus they're a busy place. So.
Plus they're fixing cars and trucks, and they have a body shop at Max Tires.
Yeah.
Hello to Fred's Towing and Easy Taxi. We got something exciting coming up with Easy Taxi, as a matter of fact, with the Georgetown Raiders, which we'll talk about later. I guess the big story is the Halton District School Board anticipating walkouts, and probably what happened today anyway. Did they go to school?
Everything was shut down. It looked like so. There are big strikes going. A lot of protesting going on at Parliament Hill or Queen Park anyway. I mean, and Parliament Hill for that matter. But a lot of upset and angry people, and to me it just seems like this has been a constant battle. Since the provincial government's gotten into play, because even pre-COVID, there was talks of walkouts and strikes, and this has been going on for years now. But
they haven't been getting increases for the most part, and that's why they're standing their ground at this point.
Well, it's not just so much as that. Is that the government was blaming it on COVID, and everybody relaxed because of COVID, and blah blah blah. So again, it's just it's a hot topic right now, and
one thing I've noticed is once you get a Canadian on the couch, it's hard to get them up. Come on, guys, let's go back to work.
But I stand back, and when I see all these protests going on, and not just about the teachers' union and the CUPE and all of that, but any protests that you see going on, even pre the Freedom Convoy and all that stuff, I just don't see any benefit from it. You're getting out and voicing your opinion, but unfortunately, it's like voicing your opinion on Facebook. It really doesn't go that far. It really didn't. It really doesn't go that far. Our MPPs and our MPs that are elected in, that's where it goes to, and you're protesting at the wrong place. Go to your MPP's office and protest. That's where you should be.
Well, that should be in conjunction with. They're trying to make a stand by initially protesting, but they can't stop there.
They've been protesting since the 60s, and it's gone.
But they don't move forward in other ways a lot, and that's the other issue.
But they just Unfortunately, it's great to get out there and voice your opinion, but when we only have 30% of the people out there voting, you're not voicing your opinion, unfortunately. So
that was a sad turnout.
We here in Halton Hills, we had a 29% turnout in Halton Hills.
That's disgusting, really.
So you're not voicing your opinion. Going out and stamping in the street is having a temper tantrum. Voicing your opinion by voting is the way to do it in this country.
And it's too late now.
And it's too late. That's the
Well,
problem.
provincial was only 43% turnout, if I'm correct. So
Yeah, again, still way too low. When you're not even hitting a 50% mark, it frustrates me. And and again, it's like people that bitch around on Facebook. Well, that's not going to get you anywhere. It's just going to get a bunch of keyboard cowboys coming on and ranting and raving. So, but
yeah.
Well, Leah brought up the weather, though, so we're going to jump to that because we've seen some crazy amount of fog. It's been in effect from Burlington all the way up to Acton, and Environment Canada has issued a warning early this morning, Friday morning, stating on its website that locally dense fog occurring is expected to last through the morning before dissipating by noon, which was about right.
It's beautiful.
Visibility may be significantly and suddenly reduced to zero. And it was, from what I heard from people, it was,
I was driving up on Silver Creek there.
Oh, even worse spot,
when you get to the top of the hill, that's got to be the worst spot in the world. I don't think God likes that area. Yeah. He probably, looks and he says, let's really screw him up there. Because I'll tell you, I went up that hill, I couldn't see a thing. It was like being in a pea super in London, England. It was absolutely just a white.
See, last night I didn't find as bad. 2 nights ago I was in Kitchener and I literally couldn't see 2 feet in front of me anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't see anything, even lights that are on.
When it's like that, people, you know what? Don't go out unless you really have to.
Don't be
on the roads.
And don't be passing on 9th line. A 2-lane highway when you can't see where the hell's coming.
2-lane back road, not even a
highway. I did last night. I'm coming down. I'm going to the airport. This is 5 o'clock in the morning, and obviously I was doing 90. You're supposed to be doing 80. Sorry about that. But this guy passed me like I was standing still, and it's total whiteout. You can't see anything, and he didn't know what's coming across. You can't see in good conditions on the 9th line. And this guy wants to pass me on a double line? Like, come on.
Yeah.
He did, though. But that's the way people drive.
Now.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's getting to the point now where, we spend more time bitching and complaining about stuff instead of actually making changes.
Well, I'm glad I got that off my chest about Hungry Hollow because it's pissing me off. Like, everybody comes in, it's like this every 5 minutes. You're coming in like this, and people don't want to yield you. And
get it done.
Get it done, man. You came in here, you ripped everything up. I thought, great. They did a wonderful job on the north, on the left-hand side, but now we're sitting looking at the toilets and everything. And I haven't seen any cars there. I haven't seen anybody even.
Well, that's what I mean. They put the equipment there so that they can say that they're on site, so that they can constantly keep billing the town and this and that for the job and the contract. And it drives me crazy. It's so frustrating to watch. And all the construction sites that have cropped up now, where were you guys at the beginning of the season when it would have been the best time to do it? Instead, let's do it when the ground's going to start getting cold and manholes are going to sink and potholes are going to be created. No, but we don't know because we're not civil engineers. We're just broadcasters. So.
Yeah, but to leave.
No, you just have to drive it.
When did they dig up Hungry Hollow?
The start of the summer. Very early spring.
Very early. It was early.
Very early.
Months ago, and it's still the same thing. People that came to the radio reunion, by the way, the radio reunion was fantastic.
Yeah, it went off very well. Had a great turnout.
And the video is coming. I've just been crazy busy, but it started. I just haven't.
Yeah, we have videos that will be on Halton Hills Online of all the radio folks that showed up. David Carr from CFOS. We had Stu Patterson, the old CBC guy.
Yeah.
And, Craig Fox from Brantford. Mike Devine, our buddy.
Our buddy Mike from C-Joy, yeah.
We had a wonderful time, and thank you so much to all the gang at Symposium, who did a wonderful job. Our servers were friendly. The food was amazing.
Aaron,
thank you so much, my friend. And Gavin, you run a tight ship there at the symposium, and I did want to try some of those cakes, but I didn't get around to them. I'm sorry, I was so busy, but I love the cakes in the display at the symposium.
Oh my God.
I avoid that display.
Oh yeah, I just don't go near it.
Gavin always smiles when they go in there.
Yeah.
Are you smiling? Are you looking at those cakes, Russ? No, I'm not, Gavin. But they I don't know where they buy their cakes from, or if they don't make them. I think they buy them, but they are absolutely pieces of art, aren't they?
Pretty much.
Woo! There's a
Pretty
banana
much.
one there. I just want to shove my face in
Well,
it.
I'd like a little bit, I think, of every one of them.
But thanks again. It was a wonderful time. Lee had everything hooked up. We had old air checks at Chum running, and we had Evelyn Macco, the Queen of News. Larry Silver showed up.
Yeah, he was there too. Yeah.
Larry Silver. Now there's a guy that he was just amazing when he was doing the news back with Tom Rivers on CFTR back in the day. But it was so wonderful to see all my old friends and your old friends.
Meet some new ones too.
Meet some new ones. We had wonderful talks, wonderful food.
Lots of stories.
Mark Panopoulos, of course, was there.
Lots of stories.
Oh, incredible stories. Now, Bill Smith, of course, who is our musicologist here at the radio stations as well. Now, Halton Region reports COVID-19 deaths in our area are stabilizing. Stabilizing.
Yeah.
There you go. Halton Region reported 3 deaths related to COVID-19 in the past week. 2 in Burlington, 1 in Oakville. 15 deaths related to COVID-19 in October, including 3 in which the person had COVID-19, but it wasn't a contributing factor. Of those, 8 were in Burlington, 5 were in Oakville, and 2 were here, sadly, in Halton Hills as well. And this was up slightly from September, where there were 14 deaths, including 1 where the virus was not a contributing factor. What do they mean by that? I would imagine it would be a pretty heavy factor.
I would think so. And
I've had COVID, so have you. We know, so have you. All 3 of us have had it. So we know that it flattens you, and I still wear my mask when I'm around older people and in hospitals.
and any
and
medical
doctors'
facilities,
You have
it's just it. You know what? It as weird as it is, and to say this even for me, is it actually makes, when I'm in those facilities, it makes me feel comfortable that I have it on. Because even pre-COVID, I still even questioned it back then, because I worked in hospitals and nursing homes for years. And there'd be breakouts all the time, and flu breakouts, and yada yada. So it just better safe than sorry.
Especially in the hospitals, that's where the people that sick are.
It's a building full of sick people.
And you
Well,
go into
even before COVID,
That's what I mean.
They always asked you, do you have sniffles? Do you have congestion?
like it was.
Cough, whatever.
Yeah, it's a place full of sick people. So
I've had the flu many times in my life, man. Well, not many. I don't have it that often, but maybe 5 or 6 times. Bad flu. The COVID flu is a kick-ass flu because it'll come back and bite you again. You'll get up and you'll think, oh, I'm okay. Oh, no, I'm not. And remember, we all came out for a week. Didn't we even do a show, didn't we? And then it was like all 3 of us were back on our backs
Actually, I
again.
don't think we did. I think we had 1 week in between
Yeah.
where we got it. And that was that 1 week. None of us we didn't get together because we were
all
all just
3 of
like,
us.
no, I'm not going anywhere.
All 3 of us were dying.
Yeah.
COVID.
Actually, I did one by myself at my place, didn't I?
That might be the one.
That
was the one.
That's
I
right.
did,
That
yeah.
might be the one.
I
You
just-
did it in your living
In my
room.
in my living room at my place.
Because Leah and I were dying.
Well, no, but it was only smart that we didn't get together, regardless of
Well,
how
exactly.
we were feeling, right?
Whether it was COVID, flu, or anything, doesn't matter. You try to stay away from people. These people that send their kids to school with a cold. What are you doing?
You're just asking for trouble,
Exactly.
because the kids will pass it right along.
So it just becomes a snowball effect, right?
The schools don't want the kids there if they're sick anyway.
Exactly.
They're having a hard enough time keeping up with everything. Now, I understand that the secondary schools are open, aren't they? I have to go back to that for a second. When we were talking about the secondary schools here, it says not affected by the strike. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. We'll get to this one. Some new jobs may be available coming to Acton. Halton Hills will soon be home to a new $35 million industrial building on Futura Drive. The Panettone, I'd say? Panettone Development Company broke ground on the 141 100,000 square foot building last week, with leasing opportunities expected to become available in the latter half of 2023. The project's expected to have positive spin-off economic benefits for Acton. Sharing was shared in a town news release. Mayor Bonnet still is the mayor. I guess the what do you call that? The inauguration or the?
Yeah, when is it?
I don't know when they're going to do that. We'll have to find that out. Who was in attendance at the event, along with councillors Clark Somerville, Mike Albano, and Ted Brown, thanked the company representatives for choosing to locate in Halton Hills.
Is that across from KP Products? Is that?
I believe that's future there. Yeah, because there's another industrial building in there as well.
Yeah,
so I believe
there's another one they built in the back there. It's huge. So it'll be.
They make bus frames. That big company in the back. They make bus frames.
Well, that's good that we're getting some kind of
some economic growth that's going to go on. You know,
we've lost a lot
when
of businesses
when you
around
can
here.
create some more jobs and stuff like that, especially up in the Acton area, that they don't have to commute. Right on. So
KP Products are always looking for people to work. We've got some good businesses around here and companies that keep us employed. You know, I mean, the big one that really hurt Georgetown was when Standard Products left.
pretty much.
Oh,
God, yeah.
I didn't see that coming at all.
Yeah.
And that building is sitting there just festering away.
I just never thought I'd see the day.
I know.
Oh.
Like you take it for granted because they've been there so long. My whole life they were there,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, a lot of my
Right?
friends work there, and
Yeah.
they don't work
Family
there anymore.
friends.
But yeah, that's one of the big ones that so we need to encourage businesses like that. And surely to God, there must be a business out there that can use that property and get it going again, because it's a huge property.
Well, that's
there.
it though. Is that the overhead on it's just got to be absolutely crazy, and
Wonder who owns that
know.
building. Is it owned by them, maybe, or?
no idea.
But it's just going to sit there and rot like the old school on Highway 25. You know what I mean? Is that what's going to happen there? Yeah.
yeah.
You know the school I'm talking about
By
on Highway
Speyside there.
25, by Speyside there.
Yeah.
That used to be a wonderful school. They just
Supposed to
walked
be
away.
somebody privately bought it and they're turning it into a private school. So
that's good.
But
Can
the
you imagine
building's
the work
so
that
run
they'd have to
down.
do
Oh
now?
my God! It's
Just get the mold out of the walls.
absolutely crazy. Because my sister
Yeah.
and brother-in-law looked at that years ago when they were living in Milton. They'd looked at the place and just the amount of getting it up to today's date standards and all of that, it was like millions of dollars. It was insane.
You're
how much-
talking private school now.
Well,
We're not
exactly,
talking-
so-
it's privately funded as opposed to
Oh, yeah.
government funded. So it might make it a little easier. I don't know at this day and age what that looks like, but who knows?
No, everything's so expensive now. It's ridiculous.
Well, the groceries have gone up.
Well, yeah, and they just announced that their third quarter profits are through the roof. The three major companies, Loblaws, Metro, and all them, are making huge profits. My cousin works in traffic services, which is they do trucking for Ford, Loblaws, and all of that. Transport prices have not gone up 1 penny, people. Not 1 penny since the pandemic even started, and the gas prices have gone stupid. The grocery stores are bumping the prices up and blaming it on transportation and costs and manufacturing costs. That is absolute BS. They are bumping it up. They just made massive profits, like $6 billion more than they did a year ago.
I go to Food Basics. I love Food Basics. I go to them all, but basically I go to Food Basics. And they have little, just take for instance, a little pack of roast beef that they have there. They have it wrapped up in two little things. It used to be $6 at the beginning of the year, and then it went to $7, and now it's gone to $8 just for a little piece of roast beef like that. That's jumped $2 in a year.
And it's the grocery companies that are actually doing it.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with the trucking, has nothing to do with distribution. It is the grocery companies, and like I said, it was even on CP24. The three major ones, like I say, Loblaws, Metro, I can't remember the other one, Sobeys, I think it is, all have massive profits. Why? Because they are screwing us over.
If you were paying $400 a month to feed yourself at the beginning of the year, it's costing you over $5 now.
if not 6 or
Well,
7.
At least that, if not more.
Yeah.
Because when you've got products, they're not going up 50 cents, 75 cents. They're going up anywhere between $2 and $4 a piece.
Yeah. Yeah, even you look at Dollarama.
It's insane.
You can't buy anything in Dollarama.
What's a dollar?
Dollarama? You can't buy anything in that store for $1.
That's
It's $1.25 at the
Minimum.
least, if you're
Minimum.
lucky.
I love those dollar stores, though, don't you?
I do too.
Well, for stuff, yeah, you know, snacks and stuff, it's perfect. It's,
Well, they
you
are.
know,
They do have great prices compared to the
Kitchen
grocery
stuff,
store.
they've got
Oh,
all
God,
kinds of
yeah.
stuff
Chocolate
that's
bars.
still-
I mean, you walk
still
in there,
cheaper.
you can get a chocolate bar for 50 cents or something.
80.
For
80 cents. Yeah, 80 cents. But
Well,
still.
it used to be 50 cents. But in there.
But yeah, it's, you know, when you look, everybody's blaming everything on the gas prices or the war in the Ukraine or this or that. People, do some research and look your own news up. Do not listen to your television. And places like us, we'll tell you how it is. We'll tell you like it is. A lot of the other media sources won't do that.
We need regulation, and nobody in the government will step up to this.
We need insurance regulation, we need rent regulation, and we need everything being...
Gas, food.
Gas needs to be regulated. Again, he's charging us a carbon tax on gas, which is making the prices high, yet you're giving us a carbon tax money back. To me, that's like a hypocritical kind of...
And it's only this...
It's like, come on. So
Curly, Larry, and Moe.
yeah, pretty much.
I mean, all right, so I know Santa's on his way, but first we have Remembrance Day. We have to
Absolutely.
remember that, and I remember that every day. I have a poppy inside my car.
I have it in my car every day.
365 on the bike. Really?
Yep.
So do I. And I've always done that. My father was in the military. I was brought up in military. I respect the troops and
Absolutely.
It's hold off on the Christmas, folks, until we
please,
get
come
over don't start. I've already seen 5 or 6 Christmas commercials.
Oh God, yeah. The
during
day
my
after,
hockey
right
highlights.
after Halloween. The
that's
day
it.
after Halloween.
Well, that's it. That's Christmas
Up
season.
where I am,
there we go. Bang.
You go over towards the Kitchener area, the subdivisions. There's tons of them, all with their lights. They were all up before Halloween.
Yeah. Well, that's the way they make money nowadays, and you know, it's just crazy the way that the years fly by when you get older, and you know, they say that what do they call that? They call it something when time goes by quicker. It's when you're a kid, everything is so wonderful and slow, and your summers are so long, and when you get older, everything speeds up. Boom. And we're already heading into Christmas. And my sister's roast potatoes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to mention that. But my sister, by the way, makes the best roast potatoes in the world. She learned how to do that from my father, who made the best roast potatoes. But yeah, Christmas is coming, and as I was leading up into this, it's the Acton Remembrance Day Parade on November the 5th, which is Saturday, this coming Saturday at 10:30 a.m. in downtown Acton. The annual parade started at the Acton GO Station, and it'll go along Mill Street to the Acton Cenotaph, as it always does. And then Sunday, what's going on Sunday, Lee?
We've got Sunday at 10:30 a.m. in downtown Georgetown. The parade will start at the Georgetown Legion and wind through the streets around downtown to Remembrance Park on James Street. And again, very cool parade that they do. I'm very honored to be, we were asked to come in and DJ their Remembrance Day dinner that they're having on Saturday night at the Georgetown Legion. So very looking forward to that. Mel and I are going to go have fun there and do that. And then they've also got Glenn Williams going on too.
Yeah, Glenn Williams, that happens November the 6th as well at 1:45 in the afternoon on Sunday. The parade will start at Glenn Williams Public School, and it'll travel along Main Street to the Glenn Williams Cenotaph at 517 Main Street.
Right across from Preston's there. So.
That's right. And so it's wear your poppy. It's that time of year. It's
wear it with pride.
Wear it with pride. You know, my father was in the military, and
both my grandfathers. My dad was in the armed forces.
Yeah, me too. My grandfather.
So many friends that I know that are at the Legion. God bless them. When you go in the Legion, by the way, take your hat off. Okay, show a little bit of respect. Remember that.
A lot of them have actually kind of disregarded that role. They've kind of gotten away from it, but it's still I still show it as respect that you take your hat off, and you know, it's just it's a key thing, and it's so funny because when I'm loading my gear and I'm going in and out, and I'm going in and out, and hat off, hat on, hat off, hat on, hat off. It's just like, geez.
Have you ever sat and listened to the stories those old timers tell with the Legion?
Oh, yes.
Well, that's why I like what we're going to do on Saturday, you know, because we're meeting with a lot of the, you know, the senior generation. And yeah, just the stories they have and the stories they tell are very cool. So
the sad thing is the World War II vets are dying off. It's, you know, because of Father Time.
Yeah, exactly.
In the 90s and 100s now.
It's funny, you talk about the war, and my grandfather was in Second World War. He's not with us now. But I didn't get to hear all the stories that my brother, because you didn't do that with the women. Now, my grandmother knew a lot about it, but he, for various reasons of respect, I wasn't privy to, I had a few, but I didn't get the stories that my brother, and it just wasn't what you did. The men stick with the men.
Well,
my father
time,
wouldn't talk too much about the war. He didn't.
Well, a lot of them didn't. Yeah.
And my mom always said, "Don't talk to your dad about the war," because he went through a lot, and you know.
And back then they didn't understand the PTSD aspect of it, and the
my
mental
father
aspect
suffered
of
from
it.
I know that.
Oh, yeah.
My father. I think everyone that's in the war suffers from that.
Absolutely,
because
it's not just the guy in the war. If he's coming back to a family, well, that family is also, you know, now knee deep in it as well, because they're dealing with somebody that's been traumatically damaged and has to live with them and do stuff. So yeah, it's a shame, and you know, the fact that we have as many wars as we do is just a.
I have a buddy, and he's a very close friend of ours. I won't mention who it is. Who's in the American military, and he tells me when he was in the Middle East, the horrific things that happened that he saw that you don't hear about on the
oh God, yeah, you never hear about it on the news,
because he was living the life there. He was right in the middle of it, and it's. But you know, it's a certain time of year. I don't want people to jump to Christmas yet. We'll talk about Christmas in a moment with the party, with the parade coming up soon. But think about the veterans and Remembrance Day and
all the military serving today too, as well. Still, even if they're on a UN mission, you know, they're still part of our military group, and they're peacekeepers. They're trying to do the thing to keep peace, and we love you guys for that. So thank you. You know, it's. You allow us to sit here and bitch about everything going on here on Facebook and in public, and
really, you know, what are we bitching about? I mean, they're fighting the wars out there. We're talking about Facebook
exactly right
groupies and arguing with some guy who's wearing his underwear in Pittsburgh. You know.
Like say, keyboard cowboy.
Keyboard
warriors. That's what I call
them.
No, that's not a warrior.
No,
that's not a warrior.
Not a warrior.
A warrior is somebody who actually does something.
Well, there's some bad ones out there too, so don't kid yourself.
Now the Santa Claus parade's coming up in a few weeks, I guess. It's not that far away, and of course it goes.
Acton does theirs in the midday, and then you have the Georgetown one in the afternoon. So it's kind of cool. You can go check them both out, and they do a night one in the Georgetown one. So something a little different. And I kind of like the night one, and it kind of makes sense because a lot of these guys dress them up with lights.
Oh, we sit here like this is.
It's on the route, yeah.
Halton Hills Online radio studio is right here. This is Highway 7 here, Guelph Street.
Yeah. And
they come right by. We sit at the kitchen table every year and just watch all the.
Why not? Stay nice and warm.
Yeah. But it's nice to see the families out there, the kids sitting down, and I love that. And that's one thing I wanted to talk about. We've got lots of time this week because there's nothing going on.
We're almost out.
I think we're done all of our stories.
29 minutes.
But I'm saying there's not much going on. But I did want to talk about Easy Taxi, and Sonia and myself are going out to the Raider game on Saturday. We're playing Markham. And I'm going to start going there every Saturday night because you and I went there last week. We met Aaron Nagy and Al, the play-by-play guy. So I'm going to go in there, and you guys will join me occasionally. But I'm going to start building up a band of Easy Taxi Renegades. We're going to call it the Raider Rooters. The Easy Taxi Raider Rooters. You know Sonia, she jumps right in there. Well, this is what we're going to do. So we're going to get T-shirts and stuff for the staff and start to boost the Raiders, because the sad thing about the Raiders is it's such a great product, and I love you know how much I love hockey, and we both love hockey, and all three of us. It's our national game, and as we were saying back in the old days, when the old Memorial Arena was rocking there and Milton came to town, there used to be lineups down the street, around the corner, just to see. And now, you know what the problem is? There's too many things for people to do nowadays. We have too many choices.
Well,
but we can't turn our backs on hockey. Hockey is it's in our blood.
We've been a hockey town for a long time.
One of the best in the world.
Yeah.
Halton Hills. Do you know how many NHL players? There's a guy playing for Chicago right now.
NHL referees.
That's right. Brian Lewis is one of our
my old ex-coach. Oh my God, his son's a ref now. He's from town here. Oh man, I can't remember his name.
Don Fenley used to be tied in with the Raiders too. I'm going to see if Don can help us with this, but I'd like to put people in the stands, and what I want to do is focus on the young families with the kids.
Yeah.
Little 7, 8-year-olds. When I was a kid, my father used to take me to Nottingham Forest games. You know how big a Nottingham Forest fan I am. That sticks out in my mind even today. It's sitting on his shoulders with my little red rattle, and there's nothing like sitting in your home arena on a Saturday night with a bunch of your fellow people from
fans.
Town and sitting and cheering for the same team. And you've got kids running around, you got
hot dogs, hot chocolate,
popcorn. You got people talking to each other, enjoying the game. The fans really get into it, and we were there on Saturday night. They kicked Trenton's ass there, 6-3 when we were there. Now they had a bit of a problem on Wednesday, I think, with the pump that pumps the ice, that works the ice.
Right.
They had to cancel the Charger game because I went there and they said, "Sorry, we can't play." No ice.
It's not ice. It's a pool now.
Yeah, but that's something that.
Well, that's just
Things happen.
Yeah, it's just like your car breaking down on you. You don't expect it, but it's going to happen from time to time. So.
But there's new owners of the Raiders now. They used to have the Raider games at 7:30 on Saturday night. That's out now because you know what? That the Leafs are on. You want to be home having supper by that time. Take the kids out early. Do your shopping at 4 o'clock or something. Pack the kids in there. Go in and watch a hockey game. Have a hot dog. Have a pop. Watch your kids have fun watching the hockey game. I mean, it's and that's what we're going to try to do with the Easy Taxi Raiders Rooters. Easy Taxi Raider
Rooter.
I think that's a good name.
That's very cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
So we're looking forward to that. I'll be there every Saturday watching the game, and 5:30 is the time.
Yes.
5:30.
Start time 5:30
on Saturdays, and hopefully they have the ice fixed. I think they will. But that's big money stuff when your ice surface starts messing up, because the equipment they have in there is very, very expensive.
Darn right it is.
And but that's sad. So we don't know. I guess they'll make up the Mississauga Charger game.
They'll do a makeup game on that, I'm sure.
But we've got Burlington Oakville coming in too, and we have Markham this weekend, and we just kicked their ass there last week. So but to Aaron Nagy and Al and the whole broadcast crew there at the Raider game that take care of the video, it was wonderful, and I'm going to be there cheering on the Raiders on Saturday. So I hope to see you there.
Right on.
I'll be wearing my cowboy hat and my Acton dinner jackets if you want to spot me.
And we stick out in those.
Yeah, we sure do.
It's a little warm up here tonight to be wearing them, but that's okay.
I guess we're about ready to wrap her up.
Yeah,
don't forget Halton Hills Online Radio. I'm doing the morning show. We have Leah on middays. Lee's on in the afternoon, playing all your tunes. And we have the latest news, weather, sports, local news, and everything else. Bill Smith on the weekends, the Big 22, and the Top 40 timeline, and Don Cherry, of course.
Of course, Don. Can't forget that.
Don Cherry and
God forbid.
as a matter of fact, Mike Devine, I've let him into our club. Mike Devine's Party Dog Radio are getting Don Cherry.
Oh, right on.
So I'm glad to see Don is getting out there. And we started it with our radio stations. And Mike came to me and said, is there any way I can get Don Cherry? So we set him up with Don too. But he's on our stations 6 times a week. And if you want to check what time they're on, I'll post it on the weekend and let you all know on the different stations. But Don is very much alive. Oh boy, is he ever.
Yeah.
And very much opinionated. And we all love Don Cherry and Tim, his son and his daughter. It's just a wonderful show. And we're so excited to have him with us.
Make sure you check it out.
Network. All right, so I guess we're done, basically. There's nothing really more to talk about. It's a slow news week. We have a new mayor coming in. The old mayor is still hanging in there till the inauguration.
I'm figuring that's what it's about. So,
but I know that Rick is eager to pack up the car and head up to Wasaga for a weekend.
A few weekends, I'm
if
sure.
If anybody deserves a rest, it's Rick. Rick for sure.
And today's show brought to you by
Max Tires, 905-873-9255. You should really start thinking about putting your snows on now, but don't come here and expect them to do it
right away.
You're going to have to book, and well, they're not that busy. They can get you. Call first. Don't just show up, because it throws them all into what are we going to do? But it's such a busy place, Max Tires and Fred's Towing and Easy Taxi, all in the center of the area here. And you look out there, it's like looking at the Suez Canal, for God's sakes. It's so busy. So give them a call, 873-9255-905 for your tires at Easy Taxi. As well, are looking for drivers, and Fred's Towing are looking for drivers as well. But they always are.
Always.
It's just a sad part. There's so many businesses out there are understaffed right now, and but the jobs are there if you want them, folks.
If you want them, folks.
Come on out.
Communities driven by community. You navigate.
And we drive. There you go. He did it.
For Big Daddy Russ Horton, I'm Lee Lake and Leah Lywood. Have yourselves a great weekend. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to set your clocks back this weekend.
Oh, that's right.
You want to make sure you get that done. And the more important thing, really, out of all of it is, check your smoke detectors, please.
That's right, and your carbon monoxide.
All those good detectors that you need to check regularly.
We have a carbon monoxide here in the building, and thank God it went off today. I'll tell you that.
Have a great week, everybody, and we'll catch you on the B-side.
I'm getting better at that.
Just slow it down and you just...
It's like never mind, I was going to tell a joke, but that's filthy. I can't tell that joke. Not on the air, anyway.